Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to another new bike reveal.
Yeah, now I wasn't actually looking for another bike, but when something as cool as this pops up, you just can't turn it down.
Yes, now you've probably seen it from the thumbnail, so let's show you what we got.
There it is!
Right, first of all, it looks amazing, but what is it?
Right, this is a Yamaha FZR 1000 EXUP Genesis.
How long did it take you to learn that?
I know, I just come to my head then. I was just reading all the stickers, to be honest. But
So, first of all, yeah, tell us about the bike, as in like the FZR. Well, what is it first? Like,
right, the
what bike is it?
FZR, I think, was first brought out in 1986. I might be slightly wrong on the year for that, but anyway, they run all the way up to 1995. The FZR 1000R, or FZR 1000, sorry, was actually Yamaha's pinnacle bike, basically. It was their flagship.
Okay.
This was sports bike of the early 90s to have. Everyone wanted one of these. So, and then Honda ruined it by bringing out the Fireblade. But anyway.
Oh, those pesky Hondas.
I know, but I've owned one of them too, so I understand. Now, yeah, so something like this, back then, you know, I have 145 horsepower.
Oh, wow.
Was very impressive. Obviously, it's a 4-cylinder, 1 litre, 20-valve engine. So I got two 20 valves.
That's what I was going to say, yeah, just like that. 20 valve is not, I didn't even know that was a bike thing.
Yeah.
I'm very new to bikes, so the bike is awesome. Explain to us, well, what happened? Because at the moment, we have got the Bandits, we've got one each.
Yeah.
This is a very different bike.
Yeah,
so
well, I moved away from sports bikes. I wanted something comfy.
And we got lots of vehicles that some of them we're trying to get rid of.
I know. I always say, right, I'll clear my fleet and then something.
Yeah, because I didn't believe it. I was actually away.
Yeah, you were in
Germany. And you messaged me. He literally sent me a picture saying, oh, I've done something. I thought he was winding me up. I thought a mate of yours had bought it and I thought you would have me on. But here we stand.
Here it is. Yeah, right. The reason how this came about, I bought a top box because we want to do a bit more touring with the Bandit. I bought a top box and a rack off a gentleman in Cardiff. Really, really genuine, nice guy.
Yeah.
And he had this tucked in the garage. This was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he was like, Johnny, anybody wants to buy an FZR? And I was like, look today. It was just tucked in the garage, dust all over it. It'd been sat for 3 years. And I was like, well, I'll ask about it for you. Went to see one of the other boys. He was like, I'm looking for a bike. Didn't want to spend the money I paid for this. He wanted to spend a little bit less. When he didn't want it, I just thought, you know what? Let's just do it. So I messaged the guy who bought this off. I don't want to say his name just in case he doesn't want it on there.
Yeah.
However, he was like, right, I've just put it on Facebook Marketplace. It was all cleaned up, looking pretty. Sent me a video of it running, and I was just like,
uh-oh.
Can I pay your deposit now? And I just done it, you know, it was just one of those things. And I was like, right, I gotta try and pick it up now. Because it wasn't MOT'd.
Oh, yeah.
It'd been off the road for 3 years.
It's the petrol head curse. You know when something like this comes up, you don't need it, but God, you want it.
How cool is it though? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I said I'm very new to bikes. I've only ever ridden the Bandits and a couple of 125s. I'd never even sat, apart from your Fireblade, I sat on Kenny's Fireblade, but I'd never ridden a sports bike. But to see, one thing I want to say is the Bandits are quite a big bike. This, you cannot see from the video. It's so long. It's such a big bike.
The wheelbase is really long, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
Considering it's a sports bike. You know, the TT600 was dumpy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
very,
really, really
very
small.
short.
And even the Fireblade. And one thing I did want to point out, the older generation bike, you actually sit in the bike, whereas the newer stuff,
you explained that.
You sit on top of it.
And what he means by that, if you look at the line,
the seating position, you know, this just flows there, whereas the Fireblade seat was here.
Yeah.
So just for example,
I was just going to say the difference with the Bandit. That's,
you know, your riding positions there.
Whether you like it or not, you're tucking.
You are, and you know, it's nice. You can lean on the tank.
Yeah.
You know, and you can get that aero. With these older bikes as well, the fairings are much bigger. So,
well, like you said to me, I was sat in it. You tuck your knees in. You're part of the lines, the flow. And on the Bandits, your legs protrude literally.
Yeah.
It gets bleeding cold.
But so, it's really cool, isn't it?
It is amazing. And one thing that got me, the colouring, the livery, absolutely everything just works.
You know, it's the black and yellow really, really works.
It's got the ART exhaust or ART exhaust.
ART Pro Series 2.
Now, it's an old bike. Is it perfect?
Hell no. Anything I buy is perfect.
But we should say it's sat for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
Went, obviously, Kenny took it for an MOT because it didn't have an MOT.
Nope.
And it passed.
And it went straight through. It had an advisory on the chain being a bit slack. Now, it does have a fault. I knew this when I bought it. I was told it's got a fault.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a delay on it. Well, I say delay, a miss. And it feels like it's on one cylinder. Between 4,000 and 6,000 RPM or around about there.
Yeah.
We have just noticed something today though, haven't we?
As Kenny started it up, I was expecting a really old school superbike sound, and it does sound old school, but the noise was coming from there.
Yes.
And not there.
Yeah.
So,
now I haven't spent much time with this bike. This is the first time I've pulled it out and actually had a look at it properly.
yeah.
So I'm glad we've done this today. Now we have noticed,
We've got a beautiful, what I'm assuming is not a standard exhaust, and it looks a lot newer than the rest of the exhaust, because what we've got, the collector on the manifold, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but take my word for it, it's very cracked up there. We've got a pinhole just there. Now I thought you can weld that, but I think it gets a bit worse under there, because if we start it up,
yeah,
see, it's very loud.
Yes, it's very bassy, isn't it?
Like the opposite, see, it sounds, there's no bass at all. That's why I thought it was weird.
Oh, I thought, you know, when you start revving it.
And it's...
I have warmed it up a little bit, so I'm not just riding it. As I said, now...
So cool.
One thing I do want to point out, with these bikes, Yamaha actually patented something called the EXUP, which is an
cool,
exhaust
yeah.
up power, basically. That's what it's
Oh, that's it, right. Okay.
So what it is a valve inside the collector of the exhaust, and it creates back pressure. It's controlled through, obviously, the throttle and everything. It's got two wires that go to it, cables.
Yeah.
And as you're cranking on, it opens the valve, so it gives you more low-end and mid-range power by creating back pressure into the
clever
bike.
stuff, isn't
It's
it?
really clever, and this is why
then.
Yamaha patented it. And they actually done that, I think, in the late 80s, early 90s.
What?
So, you know, that sort of technology, bikes even use it today.
What?
You know, Triumph started using it in the late 2000s on some of their bikes. So, you know, it's definitely a system that works.
Yeah.
Now, I done a bit of research, and I thought that was the fault with this. We revved it, and we can see the cables moving. But, obviously, it's trying to create back pressure with a valve with a big hole in the exhaust.
Yeah, the exhaust is literally being dumped. We're hoping.
I'm hoping that's the issue.
You're going to have to get that repaired anyway, so it makes sense. We'll get it fixed, see what happens.
Either fix it or replace it, yeah, see if I can get stuff, because obviously a 30-year-old bike, try and get bits for it.
Yeah, and this...
It's going to be fun.
This year, this model was the later one, which
This
they
is the
didn't
Fox
do...
Eye, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do as much of as the
I
earlier
think
one.
this one is 94, 95 sort of spec.
Yeah, yeah.
So
What
obviously,
year is it? We didn't even say
this
what
is a
year it was.
1994. So
That's
it's
so
30
cool.
years old at the moment. But, you know, to pick up a bike that's been sat for 3 years, run it on the M3 station, pass, come home.
Because you haven't had a good history with buying bikes that don't really run properly.
No.
Oh, yeah, it's easy fix. Go back and watch the Phaser.
Everything.
Yeah. Watch any video we've ever done on a bike.
Yeah, I say the, what was it, the Virago? I had loads of
forgot
issues
about
with that. The TT600 I was lucky with.
That was, yeah, it was a good bike.
So yeah, even the Bandit 650 we had issues with.
That was the one. I was going to say, your Phaser, no, it wasn't that.
No, it
The
was a
Bandit 650 with the
But
clutch
yeah, we
issue.
had all that done. But yeah, this is just another one to have a little tinker with. Now I want to get this done sooner as I can, because I was just going to say the weather's breaking. But it's breaking my
definitely
heart.
broken. Yeah, I was going to say, it's definitely broken. I cannot wait, because I have, like I said, I've never ridden a sports bike. I cannot wait to have a go on this.
What the hell said you having? No, I'm just joking.
Me!
I've already said to Drew.
Yeah, I didn't
you can have
just
an
assume.
experience on this. Yeah, this is it. So it'll be your first ever sports bike.
Yeah, and we do want to take it to... We want to take it to somewhere like the Battle House, where I think it really will be appreciated.
I think somewhere like that, and if anybody can recommend anywhere else to take it, you know, for people just to see it. Because I took it out for the MOT, and everyone come out and were like, whoa, look at that, you know?
It is just one of the, like, as cool as the Bandits are, it's like, oh, it's a cool bike. This is just like, oh my god, what is it? Why does it look so cool, you know?
Yeah, well, it's a retro sports bike.
Exactly.
It's really cool. I love it.
That's the FZR. We have got, actually, a bit more content than we thought, because this poor guy is going to have to strip this, get the exhaust manifold off to see what we can do.
Yeah.
The main thing, obviously, that everyone wants to see, and I want to see, is the first ride. My first ride, Kenny's first proper ride, because he's only taking it down the hill.
I literally took it 3 miles, and even I'm that excited to do this first ride, because even in that short period, this bike's got character, man. It's because it's old, it's clunky.
Like you said, it's mechanical,
it is,
and it's got an issue with it, and you've still had fun with it. So.
Yeah, that's it.
So the journey on this is going to be good. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what the plans are for it yet. As in, are we going to keep it? I don't know if I'm going to keep it or sell it. We're going to see what we can do with it, and then we'll go from there.
But let us know what you think about this, because this is a cool retro. What I consider a cool retro bike.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think in the comments. I know we got some bikers among us now. So yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
I hope this doesn't go bang.
Well, your exhaust manifold has.